not realize that you're judged by the way that you look. Today, you can brush your way to sheer beauty. Let me show you how.
Well, howdy doody. How y'all doing out there on this fine Sunday?
Sunday to them, not to us.
I know, exactly.
That took me a second. I said, are you okay?
It's Sunday. He's saying it's Sunday.
He's saying it's Sunday.
I have news. I already told some of y'all over on Patreon, which is why Patreon's the best. But you would think I would know exactly what day it is because I've been counting down the days. Because on this upcoming Sunday, my husband and I are picking up our adopted puppy. I'm bugging out. Like, I literally couldn't, and it was pretty quick. We did it. We decided to do it because I think, as I confessed here, told you guys about how I've been quitting smoking. So helpful. So many of you, I can't even explain the advice you gave in the comments, even DMing me on Instagram and everything was so sweet. This coming Sunday, I think will be a month because it's the 10th that'll be the 10th of August. And then I had my last cigarette, I think the July 12th or something. That Sunday. Yes, was the day weekend. After I had the party at my house. So it'll be a month of no smoking.
Wow.
I cold turkeyed it. And I think it was easier than I thought.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely still every now and again, there's times where I'm just, and they always say the first couple days is the hardest. First cut is the deepest. But even myself, I put on Burberry Hero. Every single time I put it on, I have to, when a hero comes along, in my head. First cut is the deepest. They say the first 3 days is the hardest. And maybe the first week or whatever. I found a day 4, 5, 6 to be a little harder than those first 3 days. And honestly, for me, doing it cold turkey, I don't think they were, to be honest, any harder than the rest of it, because sometimes it just depends on how I'm feeling. Mm-hmm. Because I also told you on that episode too, I went off for a little bit my ADHD medication because that always
what a time,
girl. So I went all a couple days before vacation, all of vacation, all last week, chose off my ADHD meds for almost 2.5 weeks. Mm-hmm. And of course, when I started it yesterday, I'm going to bed and I'm why do my lips feel so dry? Why do they hurt? Always when you go off, at least mine, which I hate. But anywho's 2.5 weeks because that always made me want one more. And I think since being back on it, I am kind of happy I did what I thought, which was just kind of really letting it get out of my system before I went back on the medication, because I think that would have been harder to not do it. But there's still times that I feel it, but I think that also speaks volumes of for me, how much it was the habit. Well, that seems like a stupid description because of course it's a bad habit, but I mean the act of it, not the actual cigarette, the going outside, the ritual, the routine.
I was going to say, because it was when you were taking, let's say we would film 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I needed one in between.
If we took a break, it was done. If you finished your makeup, you were doing it before we filmed, and then after we filmed, and before you ate, and after you ate, and then before we came back up, and then
when I finished my eyes, break, back up, rest of the face, break.
Yeah. And I think that's a hard thing because then at one point it's what do I do with my hands kind of feeling of okay, well, I'm just sitting here now. Yes. I take a break. Do I go outside and just,
yes.
And people that might work.
I was going out and just sitting on my porch, just sit there, and I would go on my phone for 5 minutes because I was just kind of doing that.
Yeah.
And then I think once that wore off, the funny thing about it is, to be honest, I realized how much fucking time I have.
And extra money, probably.
Oh, geez, well, that's, I can't even.
If you break down how much,
oh my God, I was probably spending $25 and $33 every week. So well over $100 a month.
Yeah.
So, and I realized how much time I had just by the constant stopping and even a break in my flow, where sometimes I think I'm best if you just let me flow. Because if I get that break, then I almost have to go back to the work I'm doing and kind of restart my whole approach. Okay, let's redo the motivation again. And I don't know, not only felt great to obviously not physically be smoking anymore, but it made me realize how much free time I had and all the other stuff I could probably be doing. And that's where working from home all the time, we've always wanted a dog. Like, and now that we're like, what the hell are we, a year and a half into this house? Filming again, the whole 9 yards, like all that stuff is balanced. I was like, I would like to have another living thing in this house during the day other than you every now and again. You know, even you would probably even like something else living in the house other than me. Like, it's so monotonous to just have not just be completely alone most of the time.
Right.
So I was like, let's do it. Have never owned a dog. Neither did Casey, my husband. Like, we never had childhood pets. Like, my parents were the kind of parents, like, if I talked about it when I was a kid, they were like, yeah, right. Like, don't even think about it. But I always wanted a dog so bad when I was growing up, especially because I was the only boy and I had 2 sisters. So there was something in my head that I was like, it'll be more friends with me. Love me. Pick me. He is a 3-month-old Bernedoodle that was at a rescue. He had this skin condition all on his nose, common for puppies that they can get it. So sad. It's like a flesh-eating bacteria. So thank God they caught it quick. But because of that, nobody wanted him. And I was like, he's so cute. So we're like pretty solid on the name, but I don't know. Casey keeps getting like as if it's like a human child. He's like, don't tell too many people. He's like, just in case, because once we say it, he might be something different, like look different. His vibe. And I'm like,
that's how he talks.
That's exactly how he talks. Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's cute.
I know. Yeah, I think we're gonna like set in stone. I'll just say it that way. You know what? We're gonna bully Casey into
exactly
naming his dog. But we're almost positive that full government name is going to be Linguini Leonard Coleman, nickname Lenny. So little Lenny. Extremely excited. Haven't been able to sleep, and I've really been like practicing getting up at like all week. I've been getting up at like 6:37 because I'm like, this is going to be. And I think as someone with ADHD, if you guys have it as well, any neurodivergence where this is like a symptom of it, another thing where as other things started to fall into place, I was like, I think I am ready / need something that forces me to have a routine. Because not only do I want it, I need it. Like, I need something to
keep you structured.
Exactly. Like, because when you have ADHD, I mean, I was textbook, like, write the paper the night before because it wasn't imminent until code red, like until the sirens were going off is when I get the feeling of it. So having a living thing, it's 24, I would rather starve than let something else starve, so that there's always that motivation there. And that's what I was like really excited about. And we've been setting up all week and doing everything. The pee mats, the crate, the playpens, the toys, the food, the grooming thing, especially because he's a Bernedoodle, like the brushes, and then other ways you have to train them based on the kind of breed they are, because they have to, what they're going to have to get more and less of. And it's just like,
I know, it's going to be really fun.
And Kevin,
and then you could get a little brother, name him Alfredo, Alfie.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Linguini and Alfredo.
And then,
Alfie and Lenny. Kevin, you just named my second dog.
Well, TikTok, get a second dog right now.
Yeah, girl. Yeah, so I'm just so excited. If you guys have any advice, what you wish you knew when you got a puppy. 3 months old. So,
you know what? The one piece of advice I would give you, wear a suit.
Wear a suit. Wear a suit. Yeah. You want to be a businessman? Wear a suit.
You have a new dog? Wear a suit.
Wear a suit.
Wear a suit. Tell the dog to wear a suit.
Tell the dog. His collar does have a little bow tie. So he is ready. Business cash. Hi, beautiful and bothered peeps. We have another very special announcement. We are doing another meet and greet that is super special because it is on August 30th, Miss Kevin Banzaf's 30th birthday. 30 on 30.
Yeah, is my golden birthday.
And it's super special because the meet and greet is with Makeup Forever at the American Dream Mall in New Jersey, right next to MetLife Stadium in the Sephora. But we are doing the meet and greet with Makeup Forever, which that's also an insane thing to think about as someone who had a Makeup Forever internship and then sadly lost it when I was in college. And that I thought was the like end of my career. Full circle moment there. But the fact that we're doing a Makeup Forever meet and greet in a Sephora August 30th when you're turning 30.
I know.
That's a crazy thing.
From 1 to 4 p.m.
From 1 to 4 p.m.
But I'm so excited, though. I think it was the perfect timing because everyone has been saying you haven't done a Sephora meet and greet yet.
Yes.
And this has been in the works for a while, getting to do a Sephora meet and greet, and it's just never really worked out. But this opportunity came around. So, why wouldn't we?
It's right next to New York City. So for our New York City peeps, and there isn't an NJ Transit train strike this time, like our other meet and greet. So you can literally from New York City go right to that train stop. It's like the train is outside of the mall because it's MetLife Stadium. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Right there. So you could be to that mall from the city in mere minutes. The American Dream Mall alone is beyond worth the trip. It's newly the biggest mall in America. You could spend a full day in the American Dream Mall, let alone, obviously, we're going to be loving on Makeup Forever, but Sephora's on the second floor, MAC is across the way, and then Ulta is right above it on the third floor. So for the makeup baddies, guys, and there's a Primark.
And there's a Primark.
There's a Primark at the American Dream Mall, people. So this is really, really going to be like one of our. We've loved all our meet and greets, but we are super excited for this.
So come hang with us. Come hang with Makeup Forever. They have so many new launches coming out.
I know.
I know. So come shop Makeup Forever. Come say hi to us.
Yes.
Come say hi. It's my birthday.
Play with Makeup Forever. Makeup with
play
us.
with me.
Play with me.
Shop with
Celebrate me. And yeah, guys, play with Makeup Forever Makeup with us August 30th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the American Dream Mall inside Sephora with Makeup Forever.
Yeah.
We hope to see you there. You talk about what almost broke us. Your hair, mama.
Yeah.
We redid Kevin's hair. And we just want to vent about the state of the hair care industry, especially the hair dye industry, which I think is corny, tired, played out, and I think they're scamming everybody.
I have I thought about this long and hard because it actually started to like get on my nerves a little bit of how something that is I understand that it's a choice to do it.
Yeah.
There's something not right about the integrity behind the products and the chemical process of it all that you want me to buy this thing that's going to alter me, color me. So I'm buying this thing that is clearly unstable, whether it's a shelf life thing
great word.
Or I was thinking about this. What's to stop somebody from, I pick this up, I don't like it. I'm going to try and pull a fast one on you saying it's unopened because I don't know the return policy. So I'm going to fill it with something else. And then you put that back on the shelf. That's why when I went in there, I said, these are 2 fully unopened. This is all used. This is like what happened. Because I don't want, God forbid, for them to put something back on the shelf that was sitting too long. Whatever. Wella, I'm just going to, whatever. Come at me, Wella. I'll see you in court. I never felt so like disgusted by a product before that I'm like, your shit is so unstable that it doesn't even do what it claims to do. And to go through 6 different steps to get there. And I thought about it because the night that we were filming the video with the blonde, when I like parted my hair, if I had just kept it that way and done the Cara Color Platinum.
I know.
Or the silver. Either one, I think more the platinum. My hair would have been tone blonde, which I'm very fortunate that I do love this color of where we are now. But to get here was absolutely unnecessary. I have never felt more like
never in my life have I yelled at a girl like this.
I'm like seriously pissed off.
It almost broke us. Okay, so we started dyeing Kevin's hair the other day. I normally did foils on the top. And first of all, this was the first time that the old red you had for as fast as your hair grows, that bitch was stubborn to come out. So this was finally you had grown out. You had virgin hair like completely. So this should be easier. Normally I do foils, and I really used to do the foils because of that red, because it would penetrate deeper with the heat and the whole 9. So I was like, it's all virgin hair. Let's just do a balayage board, like a board you just put the highlights on and you paint and let them sit. They're not wrapped in foils. Lifted fine. Like, girl, we both have done this forever. We know there's nothing worse than like when you see someone on the internet who has lifted their hair to like a level 6 orange because level 1 is black and 10 is white. A level 6 orange and then tries to tone it. I'm like, girl, that ain't gonna happen. Like,
You're
it's
gonna
the
get
color of the chairs.
Miss Brass.
Girl, we had your hair up to a nice juicy 8, if not an 8.2. It was not that crazy. Then it's toning. And this is my thing too, even with blonde in the whole 9, is what drives me insane is like, not everyone wants platinum or brown. If you want like a medium or a dark blonde, and I think this is the problem as well. It's just so much harder when you have short hair because most, like when you put the toner all over, we don't want your roots to lift. We don't want to give hot roots because that's what happened every other time we toned it. To tone the highlights, it then lifts your natural color, diminishing the dimension because now your light brown is now like a dark blonde with blonde highlights when it could have been a stronger contrast. So we wanted a deposit-only toner. We went to Sally's, and let's just say we were steered in the wrong direction. But moreover, even when both of us were platinum, I was blonde for over 2 years. There were many a times that I lightened my hair with bleach to the exact same color, and I would do the same Wella toners mixture. It would come out different every single time.
Yeah.
Every single time. We got the yellow out, and then to get the orange out, it got the orange out, but then it turned green.
Green gray.
Swamp, girl. Swamp
versus
blonde.
the blonde that was there, the warmer
Fox
blonde.
News blonde.
Fox News blonde.
Well, I was ready to throw up. It literally looked like we called it Fox News blonde.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that was when it was good.
Yes, when we should have just did the
if only we knew.
Color conditioner.
Color, yeah. So then when the highlights then were overly toned, the highlights were toned green gray. It made the yellow blonde, the warm blonde that we were okay with, look more yellow, and then the yellow made it look more green.
Yeah.
And the contrast of like the optical illusion of like, because where you did the highlights and where you were like weaving highlights, it was like both tones were like, ooh. I needed 3D glasses to look at my hair.
Yeah.
It was that like weird. I was like, this looks like shit. So what we ended up doing, and I couldn't believe how well it worked.
This is the only product that's getting a shout out on this pod. Save the day.
Cara Color. I have been so tempted to use these for so many years. I've always seen them and I'm like, I want to try that one day.
Yes.
And it's a color depositing conditioner, like a conditioning mask kind of situation. And it has a pump.
You want to get fucking pumped?
You want to get pumped? So they have this color rose gold that online, it looks like it has like obvious like red undertones where like there was a light pink that had like more, it was like blue pink, like Pepto.
Yes, he's saying it's blue.
And so this one has like, it's a rose gold. So it's pinky orangey with like more like leaning red, almost like a red copper base. So I was like, I know for a fact that like red will cancel green in like color theory. So let's hope that this works. And the girl was like, if you take this and mix a lot of conditioner, which I'm glad I did.
Yes.
Because I didn't want to just have rose gold like front to back. I needed it just to tone and give me a little bit of like a wash of color like a toner
supposed
would, which it didn't. The toner didn't, but this when we left it in maybe I don't even think 10 minutes.
I don't think so either.
I would because I was standing the whole time. I was literally standing. Yeah, because then I like cleaned off a piece of the hair when I saw the up front where a lot of the highlights were, and it was very porous because of like lifting it so many times. I remember like taking that and I saw the little, like it was a color. So I was like, all right, the time is now. Well, let's hope the rest of it's even. When I finished blow drying this hair, there was nary a color that should have been there. It was the most even color. I mean, it really did its job. And even my hair and corrected the green right out. You can't even tell if there's darker parts anywhere. It's perfectly like rose gold all throughout, like this light, like pale blush. And then it's like these like soft pieces throughout that are just more like mauve-y almost. I know. It's I love it.
Because in the front, I can, where we did brighter highlights, that is retaining more of the rose gold and blush. But even like, look at like the back, like lower your chin up. That color is amazing. That is so like ashy with a ashy blonde. But not too gray, but with a wash of that, blush to it.
Yeah.
That's what we thought. Yeah, tried to get the toner to do 50 times.
And this is exactly what it should and claim to do.
Yes.
And it did not. So, I mean, I'm happy we finally got there, but
Yeah.
it was like not even funny how much money that I
Thank
spent
God.
on product. But then the girl was so
Side
sweet.
note,
Even
yeah.
the empty products.
At
I
Sally's.
explained to her, I said, yeah, like I walked through this process. I said, this is what I'm trying to do. The other person that was at a different Sally said this would work, blah, blah,
Mhm.
blah. And then she looked and she goes, absolutely not.
Yeah.
She goes, that's
Yeah.
in no way
Mhm.
would that ever work together. And I'm like,
Yes.
oh, so she took empty products, returned them all,
Yes.
exchanged it all out for a couple shades of Cara
Yeah.
Color. So I mean, listen, I'm very devoted now to Cara Color. I have high hopes because they really, really, did the damn thing, and they are pigmented. So I gotta
Angela
give
Bassett did the thing. Yeah. Right. No, I even bought the brown because how it looked great. I got
that's gonna look so nice.
espresso, and I also shout out to because I wanted my hair to be a little warmer, just a little darker, and a little richer, a little more warmth because my hair is so just ashy brown. So I used a product called Sauce Beauty, and I did the dark brown. I left it in my hair for 10 minutes, wet. Gorgeous, because it's a gloss glaze plus a little bit of that color deposited demi-permanent, so it gave me the exact color I wanted. But also with this sauce product, my hair was so shiny, felt so good, so that I cannot recommend that enough either. The sauce was also incredible, but we both went on a hair journey the past couple days, so
Right.
Are you enjoying Beautiful and Bothered? Not feeling so fresh? You should subscribe to the Beyond Bothered Patreon, where we'll freshen you right up. We will. We'll freshen your makeup up. If you guys like Beautiful and Bothered, whether you've been a fan since the beginning or you're new here, make sure to check out the Beyond Bothered Patreon. It's like a whole nother world over there where you guys get after shows every single Wednesday of the month where we talk about everything from Overflow from here. We open PR in real time. We talk about our first kiss.
We talk about everything that doesn't make it into the episodes that sometimes we want to talk about, but for time's sake, we can't. So when we talk about, when we get heated about our favorite TV shows that we're watching at the moment.
And let's just say maybe the tea's a little spicier every now and again because we don't have to worry about the people we're talking shit about watching it. So there's that. So there's after shows every single Wednesday. And then the last Wednesday of the month is a full bonus episode. So full length bonus episode. And then with the beauty tier, you guys get all of the podcast stuff plus beauty videos every single week with, at the end of the month, a full beauty tutorial, over 2 hours, that is anything from us doing new makeup to answering your questions about skincare and makeup and hair care in real time. It's just so beyond worth it over there.
Beyond worth it.
Beyond worth it. If you head over there right now, you will have enough content to last you probably 6 months.
All exclusive content. So this content gets posted nowhere else. This is just for you when you go into those tiers. So enjoy it.
So check out the link in the description box to head over to the Beyond Bothered Patreon and start having some fun, girl. Ooh. On to Urban Decay, baby. Urban Decay, baby. God, they are in hot water and everyone is mad. So, let's take it back a little bit before the setting sprays. I believe they are going through a rebrand completely, aesthetic, because if I'm not mistaken, I think I heard that they brought on a new creative director. So their Instagram, if you go back, you can very clearly see the old and the new, where the first new one, it looked like the post showed off the new font they're going to use and everything. And it's very purple and pink and orange, but it's just a silhouette of a person, but it looks like the old iPod commercials. You remember the old iPod commercials where
black
it was just
silhouettes and then the headphones
black silhouettes just dancing
and then all of the colors would come up and
separate so that's what it looks like. It looks like, and because it's a guy who's in a beanie, a hipster, urban, it's very
hello fellow students.
Very
very that
a skateboard part of a crew. And very iPod advertising circa 2007. And At this point, I gave them the benefit of the doubt, but I can definitively say they had the audacity to make a post about how makeup is boring.
Bland.
Why is makeup so bland now? And how Urban Decay is going to like bring back the fun. And then posts those 2 eyeshadow palettes. They are 2 of the ugliest eyeshadow palettes I've ever seen. That was a week after they said the thing about bland makeup. And I told you guys, it's still up there. Go on Trend Moods on the post. The top comment is Robert Welsh leaving the gif of the girl in the back seat, like underneath it. Like, they are the ugliest eyeshadow palettes I've ever seen. Worse than Naked.
And and I said this to you that day, and I will say it here again, to play devil's advocate. I'm sure these palettes were already in production, and I'm sure this whole bland statement was, let's pull the trigger on this and say no more bland, no more bland. And this was already coming out. I understand that. But maybe knowing that these were coming, say...
Wait until after they're out.
Maybe just say 2026. Maybe say 26 and 27 won't be so bland, because your makeup launches for this year are planned.
Yes.
And arguably half of next year already, probably.
Completely.
So unless you're going to somehow cancel all of these things that you have planned in your bland ass lineup, don't post that you're over it and then put up, here comes this.
I was shocked, in tears almost. Can you even believe?
Because if this is supposed to be exciting and not bland, shame on you.
I'm like speechless. That is one of the most just nothing same palettes I have ever seen.
But honestly though, they are probably thinking this is something fun.
For who?
I'm not kidding, because I don't think they realize, like, when people say I'm sick of bland makeup, we want like 2016 makeup. We want color. We want lip glosses.
Yes.
And we want lipsticks and liquid lipsticks. And we want liquid shadows and other things. Because even their liquid shadow launch, that flopped.
Yes.
The shimmers flopped so hard. And that's not fun. Those aren't fun things.
I solemnly swear I am up to no good. Girl, with that fucking quill.
It's
oil.
Bad. This is just so bad. And people want colorful lip glosses, like how Urban Decay used to be, with like bright, expressive lip glosses and lipsticks when they had 100 lipsticks, and that, like, they were more risky then, and now what is this saying for your brand identity? Like, who are you? Are you Stila?
That's insane.
Are you Stila with your
Too-Faced.
little wavy packaging?
Girl, Too-Faced chocolate palette.
I don't know. It's just very...
Because the thing for me is, like...
weird.
There's never going to be a lack of neutral makeup. So when we say we're dying for color, as I'm sure a lot of you are, you very well could be sitting there and going like, well, then just buy a colorful palette. We know. We know we can buy a colorful palette. But until brands as a whole, as an industry, start doing what they used to do, all starts kind of embracing some level of creativity and color and expression and fun, then the entire culture follows suit.
Yeah.
Like, hence the 70s and the 80s and so on and so forth. When that's what was being made, it then influences individuals and culture, and it goes so far beyond what you can or cannot buy, or what you want to or don't want to buy. I want that to permeate the way it used to, because I'm so tired of logging on to social media and everything is beige, everything is boring, every video being made is clean girl this and those eyes and a little bronzer in the crease, and there's no artistry and there's no color. And the funny thing about that to me is that's also so indicative that the beauty industry, especially on social media, has become 99% about sales and not about learning, not about watching a tutorial for fun because you want to either watch someone do a dark green smoky eye for the hell of it, or because you want to attempt that. People now when they sit in front of their camera, even makeup artists, to make content for social media, they go, not only has bold, colorful, fun makeup been out of fashion in general, but it's been out of fashion for so long, no one will literally watch this video if I even make it. So it's not worth it. I have to buy this palette and talk about how to do a 3-minute. It's not that difficult. Take a fucking powder bronzer, run it through your crease, and put on some mascara. We need a video about that. Like, that's what 99% of beauty content has become, because brands aren't even making anything bold to use. So
it is. And it's so funny as we're talking about this, you know what this really does feel like again, and it feels like we're on the brink of something, because I feel like we stepped back 12 years ago, let's say like 2013, when OCC, Lime Crime, even Sugar Pill were the only brands making colorful, fun makeup that people were like, I know where to go to get that. But then it was every other brand then trying to come out with colorful, fun makeup. And then everybody was doing it. And then they all scaled back because nothing was selling. Because we don't need another rainbow palette. Like when Morphe was going through that. And it was every other collab with an influencer was just rainbow bright colors. And everyone's like, I don't need this. I don't need it. I don't need it. But somehow we've like taken 12 years a step back. To then now having no expressive makeup. The makeup is horrible quality, which how are we like, we're just cutting corners. That's what this looks like.
There.
It just seems like we're cutting corners so that now the makeup is shitty. The colors are shitty. They're all the same. And there's no more integrity behind our launches. It's just, we're going to have the same layout and just, I don't know. Just like show me whatever lab samples we have and let's just make this fit and work. And it's,
you can't tell me that those aren't naked colors. Girl, what are we doing?
They wanted to put this in a naked format and said, oh no, we got to switch it up.
Let's be daring.
And have,
let's be wacky.
And like, what is, so, and then looking at these, going back to the Urban Decay.
I can't even look at it.
Because you know,
fucking
like
pans up against the circle. That it's my fucking brush in a little in a weird, what even shape is that? Triangle pan, and those in the center are creams.
No.
So let me, like I always say, let me DJ scratch my brush in those microscopic little pans all around the circle and just pour the powder fall out into the cream.
Set the cream.
Disgusting. It is disgusting.
It's just, you want me to create a cohesive eye look with this, and I want nothing to do with it. And it's because like, even the eye looks that you did create for this look like shit.
Horrible cigarette ash. And it's like, one thing, whatever. You could get these looks with any naked palette. You've already done this. But what my thing is like, because you hit the nail on the head. Before, like 12 years ago, colorful makeup products were hard to find and were not really supported. Then it blew up, but then we ran out of like, we can't have another rainbow palette. It was, I would say then like 8 years ago, we all had every color in the rainbow. We all had every eyeshadow palette that could be created.
Waiting for the next best thing when...
Yes. And we also, but why that era was so amazing was because the Venn diagram overlapped, where during the colorful era, we also had education. We also had, that was what makeup content was long form, just education. Just sit down with your coffee like a podcast and just watch someone do a smoky eye, because that was so, I don't know, because we had attention spans. But what the beauty industry has never been able to do, honestly, since the Mac era of it all, is you can't just go nude or go colorful, and then you inevitably will hit the point when you've made everything that there is to make. Especially when you're not influencing the culture. If the culture isn't adapting, it's just something new to have until it's not new anymore. And by that, I mean, it's what we even talked about at like the beginning of this season, when we were talking about a lot of the TikTok made me famous brands like Glow Recipe and Drunk Elephant and the whole 9 yards. That Drunk Elephant is struggling because everyone bought everything Drunk Elephant had to buy in 2022 and 2023 and 2024. That are they going to keep replenishing it when there's 16 new Drunk Elephants coming out? You're going to run out of places to go. But if you influence the culture, the zeitgeist beyond just product offering, which makeup can really do, like clothes, like hair. That's what makes it stick around longer, because people want to look that way in public. But we are so, especially, I mean, one of the best psychological things I was listening to the other day, a podcast, was talking about the concept behind cringe culture. Cringe culture, which is so popular now, Gen Alpha and some of Gen Z always says anyone millennial or older, like, that's cringe, or I don't want to do that because I don't want to be cringe. That is a word they hide behind because they are so petrified of putting themselves out there in any way. Putting themselves in a vulnerable position to be judged is the worst thing that could possibly happen. So everything is just cringe culture is a get out of jail free to do nothing, have no opinion, have no expression, have no taste, have no interests, have no hobbies, have no joy, frankly, which is why we are living in a black and white, lifeless fucking world, because everyone is so afraid of putting themselves out there. And for the people that do put themselves out there, audiences need to take responsibility for the fact that everyone hems and haws about, like, we want authentic influencers. And I'm not talking about everybody, but the collective consciousness. We want authentic influencers. We're tired of this, like, overproduced, like, people in the whole 9 yards. We want them to just be themselves. No, you don't. To be authentic is to be flawed. And we also simultaneously live in a world that we have. No one wants to put themselves out there. No one wants to be vulnerable and seen. But the people that are putting themselves out there, if they are vulnerable and do exhibit one flaw, you cancel them. If your favorite influencer doesn't talk about every single political thing you hold dear, say something stupid or do something stupid because they're a human being, you cancel them. So you don't want them to be authentic, because to be authentic is to be flawed, not to be cruel, not to be intentionally negative, but to be accidentally flawed and learn and grow. That's what authenticity means. Yeah. But you want them to be perfect for you. Yeah. Use exactly what you want them to use. Say what you want to say. Support what you want them to support.
But that perfection lens is different for everyone. So you're pissing somebody off.
Exactly.
So this is why people don't talk about everything.
And this is why when people are brave enough to put themselves in positions of vulnerability and be public facing, it's easier for them to just cover their ass and be a little glossy and not say those things, because they're gonna look at what's happened over the past couple of years, the things people try to cancel people for. And I'm not even talking, it doesn't need to get to the point that it's full cancel culture. People don't realize how fatiguing it is to even have just a moderate amount of constant influx of comments. And like I joked around with you, I said, when we looked at this rescue, the dog we're getting, we looked at the rescue because I literally looked at rescues in New Jersey, looking through the photos, saw Lenny, loved him, and especially with the skin thing, reached out to them. They were like, no one's interested in him because of this skin thing. And I was like, well, he's perfect. I want him. Here I go, going on social media and looking up like dog training things and about his breed, because he's a Bernedoodle. Didn't know anything about those. I didn't realize there's an entire community on social media that is rabidly goes into the comment section of anybody that is a Bernedoodle, condemning them for going to a breeder. I understand if you don't like breeders. I can't give a disclaimer in every video I make with my dog for the next 10 years that he was adopted. Every single video Lenny's ever in with me,
he's adopted.
I'm gonna have to take in comment after comment after comment after comment after comment accusing me of getting a Bernedoodle from a breeder. That is also why I kind of took 2 years off. You do not understand how fatiguing it is to constantly get that little thing, times it by 100. So that's why people are just a little bit more glossy and don't really want to put themselves out there. All that being said, combine the influence we do have of like, the world is ending. Let's go back to a little 80s eyeshadow and blush. Leave our house with fun makeup on. Go to dinner with some risks and something, but who cares? You could get hit by a bus. Wear the blush. Wear the colored lipstick. Wear the glitter. Who cares? We could all die tomorrow. Like, we need to stop with this. This is that's the devil to me. That is the devil's wicked work.
No more bland makeup.
And then it is shocking that, like, I cannot even believe a main massive contender that is at Sephora and holds that level of space and influence in the beauty industry, like Urban Decay, would even come out with this. This is so metaphorical. This is like the omen, the tapestry hanging on the wall that haunts us all. Not only the state of beauty, but the state the world is in. Because it's not just them. This has been everyone. Has been everyone. Which brings us to the setting spray debacle of it all. They really got flack because the all-nighter setting spray, which everyone loves, they posted on social media like all of these sprayers, and it was clearly, you could tell, like, clock what was what is what. Like, it was like the one size and the whatever. They were doing all the sprayers of a bunch of different bottles. It's since been taken down, I believe, with all the hate comments popping up, and it was all these comments dragging their own setting spray, saying like, this has never worked, or all-nighter has never worked for me. It smells awful, which agreed. And then made a post about how all the all-nighter setting sprays were going to be reformulated and improved, which I have the new ones, everyone.
Yeah, so Skindinavia, so I'm sure all of you watching this right now have already heard, but if you have not, so Skindinavia 15 years ago, Urban Decay partnered with them to make their setting spray. Skindinavia owned and had a patented formula in Urban Decay packaging. If you go on your Urban Decay bottle, it says by Skindinavia on the back. So
you said it on one of the first episodes you were ever on.
What? Really?
You told everyone when we were at the episode of the Velvetizer, when we were cracking up about them putting that sticker over the old jar.
Yeah,
you were talking about Old Nighter, and you said along the line, because Kevin and I have never liked the original All Nighter. And you were saying, and that setting spray isn't shit, and it's the Skindinavia setting spray, and it says it on the bottle. You said that was literally 2 years ago.
And I remember a little, I was at the makeup show, maybe 2016, 2017, and I went up to Skindinavia because I always heard that the bridal makeup setting spray was always like really good, and a lot of makeup artists had it. So I went up, he goes, yeah, it's really good. He's like, unlike the other people, he's like, this one is not as expensive. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, like Urban Decay, it's like, it's legitimately the same thing. And this guy worked for the brand. He was running the booth at the makeup show and was like throwing shade at them. Yeah. And I was like, okay. And then when I went to Urban, because they were also there, I looked on the back and it said by Skindinavia. And I was like, oh God. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God. And then looking into it though, and now all of this, it was never hidden. This was Skindinavia's patented formula with like their cooling technology and everything packaged by Urban. Yep. Save the steps. You make it, we'll package it, we sell it, you'll make a profit. Yes. So now come to all of this happening with the post with Urban Decay saying this has been 4 years in the making. Mm-hmm. And that seems a little bit strange because it doesn't really seem like Skindinavia was under the impression that this was a problem, that it needed to be improved.
Because, you said it, the Skindinavia setting spray years ago was the one that developed the skin cooling technology that lowered the temperature of your skin. On that. Yeah. So because that was so famous, like in the makeup artist world 15 years ago, Urban Decay reached out to Skindinavia and said, can you make our setting spray? And they basically put their fucking label on there.
It's just literally... in their bottle.
Yes. So,
and it's lovely. I mean, listen.
For twice the price.
And listen. Yeah. Make your money.
Exactly.
And, but I think it's just very interesting.
Skindinavia knew that that's their formula was going to get out there so much more in a brand like Urban rather than trying to get this indie brand.
Right. And being an indie brand, imagine making money off of Urban Decay, selling that setting spray as wide seller of it was such a number one staple product in everyone's makeup bag. How many did we sell a day?
Oh my God.
And think about that. Skindinavia made all of their formulas. At one point there was like 6. Yeah. There was the D-Slick, and there was also mattifying, and there was also the cactus and the watermelon and the original. And think about how many variations there were that Skindinavia was making money on. So what an amazing story for an indie brand to have their formulas.
Yeah.
And, advertised on the back that it was by Skindinavia, that this company made it. And now all of a sudden after 15 years.
It's basically like being a songwriter.
Thanks for everything, doll.
Hey, doll. It's basically like being a songwriter and you want to be an artist yourself, but you're not big enough. So you sell your song to Rihanna and Rihanna makes it famous. Like that's kind of what Skindinavia was, the songwriter.
That's actually that's a great way of putting it.
But now imagine Rihanna 15 years later, let's pretend Gaga didn't write Bad Romance. Someone else did. Imagine 15 years later, Gaga saying, I'm going to make Bad Romance 2.0 because the first song was shit. I hated it. It wasn't good. And all of these, so that's kind of how Skindinavia took the post of all of these hate comments popping up, because I'm sure Urban Decay knew, okay, we have to distance people. We have to gaslight people into believing that the old formula wasn't that good.
And we're listening.
Politician, ew, to get that we're doing this for you. No, you're not.
No, you're doing it.
You're doing it for you because you want 100% of the profits and you want to stop paying out Skindinavia. Yeah. That's really what you want to do. So Skindinavia posted on their Instagram, I never thought I would make a video like this. Posted, we truly didn't want it to come to this. The most successful collaboration in makeup has ended after 15 years, Skindinavia and Urban Decay. Since 2010, Skindinavia has proudly made the all-nighter not helped, made the all-nighter setting spray for Urban Decay. It was the first and only makeup setting spray to work by cooling the makeup, not just sealing it. This patent is owned by Skindinavia. Our partnership was built on trust, sealed with a handshake, and carried on for 15 wonderful years. Sadly, Urban Decay and its parent company, L'Oreal, have chosen to end their partnership with Skindinavia. Urban Decay's all-nighter setting spray new formula has changed from the original, protected by Skindinavia's U.S. patent. The active cooling ingredients are no longer used. To promote their new version, Urban Decay has taken to social media to diminish the existing all-nighter setting spray formula, which Skindinavia will still make. This very formula has over 50,000 glowing 5-star reviews and is honored in the Allure Beauty Hall of Fame. Most small brands can't stand up to big companies, but Skindinavia will. And we hope this might inspire others to do the same when being bullied. Urban Decay's parent company, L'Oreal, made over $10 billion in 2024. Our award-winning formula is still here for you, available through Skindinavia and our trusted partners. It has been with you through your life's special moments. It will only change when you decide it should, not us. With deep gratitude, thank you, Skindinavia.
I looked too. I remember I couldn't believe the price difference. At the makeup show, imagine. Urban Decay was 40% off at the makeup show. Yeah. I think this one was like 50.
Wow.
The bridal setting spray, full price, it's 29.
Yeah.
And you get 4 ounces, so it's the same amount.
Yeah.
So you're saving money. Yeah. But I actually thought it was cheaper.
If you were diehard all-nighter setting spray people,
it's not the same anymore. So good luck to you.
That's what I mean. And I would say really go to Skindinavia, help them keep the lights on, because I can't imagine what a financial blow this has to be for them. So, order it in bulk so you don't forget. But I used today the regular and the mattifying one. And as someone that was never a fan of the skin cooling technology, whatever that means, I never liked it anyway. I am curious. I want you to spray and feel. I'm getting very much like a polymer dry down, a seal. The minute I spray this, and it hits my arm hairs, it's giving me what L'Oreal and One Size are giving me in a liquid. My arm hair is immediately sticky, like a hairspray. It's giving me hairspray. It's not just water setting spray that's melting in the thing. I'm getting this seal. So,
well, think about who owns them. L'Oreal.
That's what
L'Oreal setting spray. There you go.
Which also, nobody finds this coincidental that L'Oreal had a year ago, maybe at this point, came out with that setting spray, that hairspray setting spray that is pretty revolutionary and wild for mass consumption. and then they're a brand they own who is most famous for their setting spray. Nobody thought that they were going to go, oh, let's put this technology, let's keep it in-house and put this
and
in
charge more.
Yours. And I will say from a business standpoint, I think that this was a shit show as far as when all of this happened and when this all came out. Because to come out with the makeup isn't fun, no one is fun anymore, then launch 2 Crypt Keeper eyeshadow palettes, worse than Naked, arguably, and then to do this was just...
I'm sure they're panicking.
Girl,
because it didn't go their way.
No, mama.
They did not think this through, so I don't know.
It should have been the rebrand of Colorful Fun for the next, like you're saying, for the next... in 6 months, in the new year, and then down the line with setting spray. Now we need something stronger to seal in this bold color. But you're really going to launch Miss Crypt, Secrets from the Crypt, and do I even need to set it?
But the whole setting business and everything, we already know how long it takes to manufacture makeup. These bottles were being made and filled long before
this
post was made, before, to be distributed to globally this month.
Oh, mama.
Girl, this has been going on.
Yes.
Get lost.
Get lost. When I was playing with them, I dropped my original and it was my fault. I fucking dropped it and it landed so hard and the sprayer like jammed. So I got the glow formula out of the tube because I want Kevin to feel. I'm so curious. First of all, the smell is so much better. That sweaty sweat.
I don't hate the packaging.
No.
Natural finish, so okay.
Yeah. And even spray it on the other side of your arm too to and let the hairs and don't touch.
The smell is definitely improved.
Yeah. It's almost like fragrance free.
Yeah.
If there is, it's a very light anything.
Temperature cooling technology.
So they did put their own version of this back in it. But I'm so curious once you feel it dry down on your hairs.
Made in Canada, not by Skindinavia.
It doesn't say that.
No, I'm just kidding. Could you imagine?
Rachel, you stupid bitch, on the back of their thing.
Yeah, made in Canada with Canadian and imported parts. Lovely.
And mama, that could extinguish a house on fire.
That
is very
nice.
Lovely.
It is a good sprayer.
Yeah.
I got to give it to them.
Do you feel the dryness or is it more the matte?
No, I feel it.
Okay, give me that. Give me your other arm because this is the matte one too that I used. Flip it. And this one I feel like is a little bit more
little misleading because they had the watermelon pink bottle that was like hydrating, and that's the mattifying one, the pink.
Yeah.
That's very misleading.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I will say. Do you see what I mean? The matte is more instant. You feel the
tightness, yeah.
Kraken!
Because this is the original one soft. It's sticky. It has that little bit of stick.
Yes. Where this really does.
Yeah.
The matte feels like the L'Oreal.
What is the yellow?
Glow. So.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so the glow is yellow. Performance that stands the test of time. Boost glow with a dewy finish formulated with glycerin. And it was funny because I used these and I did the regular traditional, and then I did the matte, and I feel like the traditional definitely gave a sheen to my skin.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm wearing the Tom Ford matte foundation and it is matte, and you told me when you got here, you were like, you look pumped. Like you look like there, and that was the regular. So I think the regular definitely has a sheen.
Yeah. I would say there's no sheen difference between glow and
regular
original.
And glow. Like, so I don't know about Miss Glow. Like, that's not really giving glow. But the matte, I felt like isn't giving any finish and has that L'Oreal level seal to the skin. So, which their old one didn't have that feeling to it. So I think there's definitely some of that L'Oreal technology in it. I don't hate it. I'm going to keep trying it because I kind of want to, I don't know, like put it to the test and just see. But I am really curious where this rebrand for them is going to go because I just think this has been all over.
It better be great.
And I'm still baffled at the makeup is boring comment, Was this supposed to be
No.
these setting sprays what does that have to do with boring makeup?
I don't think it does. That's where I think
they're gotta start coming out with color and
I
shit.
think the setting sprays and these palettes were planned because they had to be because of distribution and manufacturing times and turnaround and all that. This was all planned. The bland comment, I'm sticking to my word here, that was pull the trigger. We see comments online that people want fun makeup again.
Yes.
We should do it because we know how to do it.
Yes.
They're not going to be able to come out with fun makeup until next year.
Because they got
late next year.
Yeah.
Because they have launches that are already being made that are not fun.
Yes.
So don't look for it in holiday this year. It's not happening.
Yes.
So any holiday launches from them are going to be boring. Even next year, I would say like until August of next year. So give it a year. We might start to see fun makeup. We are not going to see fun, daring products from Urban Decay for another year.
Yeah.
We're not.
I know.
So to prematurely say that bland is out and we're coming swinging, basically.
Yeah.
That's Gaga saying my album's coming soon and it's a year away.
Completely.
Don't do that to people because now it's going to cause this like uproar of like, you said, well,
and to have
you can't manufacture makeup that quickly.
I know.
And it's not like you're sitting on like you have all these bright colors and you're just going to add a few more.
Yes.
You don't even have single shadows anymore. You don't have lip glosses anymore.
I know.
You barely do fun colored lipsticks and your lipstick formula sucks.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
I know.
What's fun? Nobody has fun anymore.
Nobody has fun. And honestly, and it's funny, I'm kind of like, I don't know, I'm in a weird camp where I agree with you. I think the timing was shit. The timing was over the place. This was so stupid to make that comment, but before you could roll out anything different.
With no launch.
Exactly. With it literally. And that launch planned of those eyeshadows, the dead, deceased ones. But then there's the other half of me that's saying, at least someone said it. At least someone said it.
Okay, but that's
it needed to be said at least.
I think the response and what's going to be so indicative of the other brands even jumping on or jumping off is that when Urban Decay does release a product and the response to said product, that will be indicative of other brands are going to start doing it again, like Anastasia, things like that.
Well, and this is where I think they fucked themselves a little bit because now, like I said, all the fucking keyboard warriors that are going to be so ready the minute they do have their first launch of something colorful is going to everyone for 6 months, even in 6-7 months from now when it comes out, they're all going to be like, "Is this what you were fucking talking about?" Like just. That's the internet. Like, and they're going to get dissuaded from doing it. And we're going to be back to putting on clear lip gloss and
lip oil,
crying that the brown mascara is too dark. I get lip oils. I can't, I want to have fun. I want to have fun.
There's no brand in Sephora right now
it's so boring.
No,
it's so boring.
Walking into Sephora is boring.
It's so boring. Like, girl, the ship is going down. Put on the blush. Grab the bold color. Put it on, girl. I want the 80s back. So let us know what y'all think. This was another episode. Thank you for watching. Maybe it's because I'm rewatching Stranger Things. It just has me so like, oh.
You want to go sit at the pool,
girl,
in your
and seduce the lifeguard. Yeah, hi. And seeing the 80s makeup and everything is just, you want a frosty? Makes me so just yearn for it, girl.
Yeah.
And making shorts again because I'm in that battle of like.
I thought you meant shorts to wear. You were making shorts. I said you got into sewing.
No, making like makeup content again. I'm like, oh, like I sit down and I go, I don't want to do a brown eye. I don't want to do neutral eyeshadow.
Don't.
But if I do, girl, it won't get pushed. No one will see it because the algorithm will bury it because if it's not that. So I'm like, that's where as a content creator, that's what I mean. It's like, you have to constantly trade off of like, do I want to make content that's going to pay my mortgage this month? Or do I want to make content that will actually be seen? This is the problem, which is why to me, I'm like, you know what, girl? Miss Urban, thank you for at least you did it wrong. Good job. good job.
You
tried.
done goofed.
But you done goofed.
Yeah.
You did it in a bad way, but at least you said it because it needs to be said. Like, so that's our 2 cents, but let us know what you think. Thank you for watching, everyone. We will see you next week. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Leave us a little 5-star review, you betcha, if you can, because that certainly does help. And I can't wait for you to meet little Lenny.
Well, a week from now.
A week from now, y'all. So wherever you are, we hope you are happy, safe, and healthy. And remember,
you are beautiful.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Kiss, kiss.
This kiss.
This kiss.